Happy Thinking Thursday. Hope you've had a good week. I'd say I have as well. But anyways, this week is sports, and I know there's some people that really love sports, and then there's some kids that just don't really like sports that much, and that's perfectly fine. But even if you don't like sports, I'd recommend sticking around. You don't really actually need to watch sports to know some of these. It's not specific to certain players, except for I think maybe one question. But even if you don't know sports that well, like this will still be fun. So I would recommend sticking around. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. If you haven't been here before, you might want to keep track of how many you get right, and then at the end, I'll kind of tell you uh, who you are, I guess. So let's jump into question one real quick. So question one is which of these sports never allows kicking, no matter what? So think about every scenario in the sport. A, soccer. B, football. C, basketball. Or D, kickball. So, I would say this is a fairly easy question. Just a little hint, maybe look at the first part of the word and see if that would maybe help you a little bit. So the answer to question one is C, basketball. So you are not allowed to kick in basketball. Going back to here, soccer is all about kicking. Football, there's the punts and field goals. And then in kickball, it's just you kick the ball to when it's your turn to hit. So basketball, it is not allowed. And actually, in basketball, there is a specific rule, the kickball rule. And that states that if a player kicks the ball intentionally during the play, it is a violation. But say it's accidental, then that would not be a problem at all. But if they're intentionally kicking it, it's a problem because basketball you're supposed to be dribbling around and running around. You're not supposed to be kicking it to each other. If you wanted to do that, I guess you'd be playing soccer or maybe kickball or football. I don't know. Whatever you'd like. So yeah, that's question one. And right here, if you didn't know, we have LeBron James just doing a layup. So, okay, let's move on to question two. How many players in baseball are allowed on the field at once? So this is when when your team is in the fielding position, not when you're hitting. How many are in the field? AKA, how many positions are there available? So the answer to question two is C, 9. So we have left field, center field, right field, shortstop, second base, first base, third base, pitcher, and catcher. So, just a quick generalization. Right field normally takes the least skill. If you play right field, you're still probably a great player. But it's the least stuff goes, or the least hits go to right field. Center fielders are often fast. Same, I'd say, with second baseman and shortstop. First base is minimal skill, I'd say, as well. Again, not to hate on anybody. There are some great first basers. I'm just saying, in general, when I say low skill, it's not low skill. It's the least running around. And then pitcher is obviously the thrower, and catcher. Honestly, people with catching, I'd say catching is the most difficult thing because you have to focus on watching base runners, seeing if they're stealing. You have to actually catch the ball. And also, a lot of the times, at least in the MLB, the catcher actually calls the pitches. So, one interesting fun fact about Major League Baseball is that the average lifespan of a Major League Baseball is 5 to 7 pitches. So, after 5 to 7 pitches, that baseball's done. They take it out. Or it could go foul and it's given to the fans. So throughout a whole game, approximately 70 balls are used. So I guess they're going through a lot of baseballs really quick. They don't really reuse very much or ask the fans to throw back in. But anyways, we are spending way too long on this question. Let's move to question 3. So in which of these games or sports is love a score? A, tennis. B, racquetball, C, rowing, and D, rugby. Let's see what you guess. So the answer to this question is A, tennis. So if you chose tennis, great job. If you didn't, great job too. But basically at the beginning of the tennis match, when both sides have no score, it is said to be love, love, because in tennis, love means having a score of 0 or nothing. 1 point will bring a player up to 15, 2 to 30, and 3 to 40. And I believe you are playing till 60. Or, I mean, if you're tied at 60, I think it goes up more. I'm not very... I'm play tennis. I used to go to tennis camp, I guess, but I don't play currently. So if you got that right, awesome. Question 4. Which of these players is not an active NFL player? A, Tom Brady, B, Mike Trout, C, Patrick Mahomes, and D, Rob Gronkowski. The answer to this is B, Mike Trout. So Mike Trout is actually a star for the Angels in the MLB. And this question was about which is not an NFL player. Tom Brady plays for the Bucks now. He used to be Patriots. Pat Mahomes is the Chiefs, and then Rob Gronkowski actually retired for a year or two. I think it was just a year. And then he is now playing again with Tom Brady on the Bucks. So just about Trout, the baseball player. He is an 8-time All-Star, 3-time AL MVP, or Most Valuable Player, and a 7-time winner of the Silver Slugger Award. So basically, with all these awards, he is a great player. So let's move on to 5. What does the NBA stand for? I almost just said it. I almost said the whatever it stood for. We have the National Ballet Academy, the New Badminton Association, the Night Boating Admission, or the National Basketball Association. So the answer to this is NBA is the National Basketball Association. So down here we have the logo, and on this logo, it was first introduced in 1969, is a Laker great, Jerry West, and he is actually a Basketball Hall of Famer as well. So it just shows him dribbling with his left hand. I believe recently there has been rumors that they might update it, but I am not sure about that, and I have no idea who they would update it to. But I mean, it's been like this for a very long time, so I guess it would be kind of cool to see something new. But at the same time, I mean, it's a pretty good logo, I'd say. So let's go on to question 6. Which sport did Muhammad Ali participate in? Soccer, wrestling, boxing, or dancing? What do you think? Well, the answer to this is C, boxing. So Muhammad Ali was actually one of the greatest boxers in history. He was the first fighter to win the World Heavyweight Championship on 3 separate occasions. In addition, he's very well known for his social activism. A lot of his social activism was for the advancement of African Americans, and he's well known for refusing induction into the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War as a way to sort of protest against all that was going on at that time. So let's go on to question 7. Great job if you got that one right. What is Canada's official summer sport? A, lacrosse, B, hockey, C, rugby, or D, golf? So I'm hoping you answered A, lacrosse. So if you answered B, hockey, I guess I kind of tricked you because up here it says summer. Hockey is actually their national winter sport. Lacrosse is recognized and declared by it is declared to be the national summer sport of Canada. So we have a couple Canadian lacrosse players here, so that's pretty cool. All right, question 8. Which sport involves rings, vaults, and parallel bars? Oh, I almost accidentally revealed the answer there. That would have been bad. Well, hopefully you answered... Oh wait, I'm on the wrong thing. My bad. A, horse racing, B, golf, C, BMX, or D, gymnastics. But the answer to this is D, gymnastics. So we have someone on the balance beam in this picture. Looks like they're about to do like a cartwheel or something. But gymnastics is usually divided into men's and women's gymnastics. Men compete on 6 events: floor exercise, a pommel horse, that's like the thing they kind of move around. I don't know how to explain that. Steel rings, vault, parallel bars, and horizontal bar. And then the 4 women competitions are vault, uneven bars, balance beam, and floor exercise. So pretty cool sport. There's lots of stuff to do, and most of the people are very uh, they're in shape, and I guess it's really easy to get injured from. But otherwise, I guess it's a good way to get some exercise, and it looks really cool to do like flips and stuff. So yeah, that's gymnastics. 9. Which track event involves jumping over a bar? High jump, long jump, triple jump, or sprints? What do you think? Well, hopefully you thought A, high jump. So we have a person here. You normally look like this when you're going over. You go over uh, like head first. Using a running sport, you compete in jumping for height over a crossbar supported by 2 upright poles. So a jump for height is made in this event. So you're trying to get as high as you can, or try to get over the bar and not hit it at its highest point. So the high jump world record is an astonishing one and has risen greatly over the last 100 years or so. Currently, the world record holder is Javier Sotomayor from Cuba, and he jumped 2.45 meters in 1993. He is the only person to have ever jumped over 8 feet in the high jump, which, if you know how tall 8 feet is, that's crazy that he was able to do that. That's awesome. All right. Question 9, or sorry, we were just on question 9. Question 10. Which of these clubs in golf typically sends the ball the farthest? So A is putter, B sand wedge, C iron, and D driver. So the answer to this, hopefully you got it. D driver. So we have a little image of a driver here. So typically a driver is your farthest club, and you only do it when you're teeing off. A putter is used when it's on the green and you're kind of just letting it glide along the grass to get into the hole. Sand wedge is self-explanatory. It's from the sand, and it's a lot. It's about popping it up in the air. Irons are kind of midway, pop it up in the air, but also get a little bit of distance. So, yeah, that's just your quick golf fix, I guess. So hopefully you did good today. I wasn't able to cover every single sport, but I tried to get a little bit of a variety. But let's see how you did. If you got 1 to 3, you're not really an avid sports supporter or player, but you know the basic of sports. You kind of, like other videos, you kind of just focus on other things. You focus on what you're interested in. So, I mean, that's great. If you didn't get that much, that's not even a bad thing because there's other stuff you're focused on, and that's awesome. If you got 4th or 6th, you're a casual sports fan. You go to some games, you watch on TV sometimes whenever it's on. You're not gonna go out of your way and like do some crazy thing for your team, but like it's enjoyable. It's a source of entertainment for you. So yeah, good job. If you got 7 through 8, you're a sports lover or a sports player or both, and you for sure play at least one sport. You watch a lot of sports on TV, I'd say. You like to maybe talk with your friends a little bit about sports. Sometimes I guess you get into arguments about sports, about who's the better player, this and that. And yeah, so good job if you got 7 through 8 and you're a sports lover or player. 9 through 10, you're an intense sports fan and expert. You just know everything it is to know. You know all the players, you know all the stats. And honestly, when you get older, you might be like one of those like ESPN hosts or like one of the reporters if you're not one of the players. So I mean, if you got 9 through 10, great job. That's amazing. Um. Anyways, good job everybody. Whatever you got, you're great. And I hope you had a fun Thinking Thursday and this week's theme of sports. And I hope you have a good rest of your week and a great weekend. So, bye-bye.